first job before postman comes, or DHL we use for our deliveries. Plane up there. When I came back last night, it was just before dusk, on about planes, and there'd be 20 in the air. And most of them would be leisure flights, you know, people going on holiday. So, I mean, that must be doing some damage to the environment, that. But saying that, I like my holidays, so. But no, anyway. Parts to wash off. Pressure washer's frozen up. That's been left out, so it's got frozen. It's quite sharp. Phil's going in with some tackle to local machinery sale. Ollie, well, he's got some pigs to unload first thing, and then he's off drilling. Hopefully we'll have, I don't know, 30 or 40 acre of spring barley in by tea time. But we're gonna do the main of the fields without touching them. And then I think we're going to pull the headlands up and then go back with the combi, which sounds a lot of messing about it, probably to you, but it just pays, you know. Rip them up, give them a day, go with tomorrow with the combi. Little Vicon spinner, if anybody wants to pour a bit of fur on their grasses, works perfect. There's just a crack in upper here. There. Just wants a bit of fiberglass on, but all opens and shuts and spins perfect. So come on, grab yourself a bargain, £400. No calves. These lasses, I don't know. I think they're my mum with me. My mum were looking at them the other day, and she's the same as me. Oh, they're mucky. These ladies are all going to calve at once. I reckon one. Were a bit, because 3 of them came later on in season with a calf at foot, and then the other 2 are ours. What have been, they must have either missed their cycle or not caught on the first couple of times, and they're going to be late. But nothing's really showing a bag. Excuse me. Apart from that one, that one's just altered a little bit. But yeah, I reckon in about 6 weeks. I'm estimating a month, 6 weeks. We'll have some cows here, but we're going to leave them there because I was going to chuck them out when we turn others out, but there is a shortage of grass outside, and I think they're going to gaunt themselves on fresh, lush spring grass, end up with a massive calf, and it could go against the job. So I'll just keep them in here on this poorish bloody silage. And they'll be fine. Oh yeah, sharp. Yeah, my first job in the morning is just to sort of walk around and see what's what, so I can instruct Ollie and Phil when they come to work, right, to get on with this. You know, a bit of straw in there, bit of straw, hay and a silage in there, bit of grub in their ring, you know, in their trough there. But as I say, there's 4 load of pigs coming today. Hopefully by tea time tonight there'll be 1,600 pigs back in. Me and Ollie talked yesterday about our new shed. We're gonna go machinery shed, I think. Just a general purpose. Put muck spreaders, tipping trailers. We've got 20 grand's worth of tipping trailer there, and it's always outside. Well, won't do it any harm, would it, in winter? Instead of having a foot of water in front. I know you can jack them up on one thing or another, but instead of having a foot of water in front, being in a shed. Yeah, there should be 1,600 pigs in. Anyway, yeah, the job's good, getting on with stuff. Yeah, like I said, start drilling today, and land's in marvellous condition, it really is. So, all being well, 10 days time, there won't be a lot left. Just a few updates and people's questions. Yeah, don't be offended if I don't answer your questions. It's time, to be fair. I have enough time to do what I do, as in sort of filming on video and editing them and putting them online. That's fair enough. I don't make much money out of it. I don't push myself like the other YouTubers to be sort of mini celebrities, if you know what I mean. I just do what I do, and I show you what we do for a living, sort of thing. But anyway, People have asked me quite a bit about why aren't you running about in the Polaris? Well, it broke again and again and again. So I spat my dummy out, and the last straw was the main gearbox, the 4-wheel drive gearbox. It spat its bloody threads, its splines out, and I just thought enough's enough. There were, and when we bought it, Frank says when we bought our original one, after rebuilding the front axle bushes 2 or 3 times, and oh, hang on, I'm losing litter. I'm taking wheelie bins, and I think I'm losing stuff all over track. Yeah, money pits. Frank says there were absolute money pits. You'll be forever spending money on them. I know it's covered in a bit of frost, but look at this. Look at this winter barley here. It's like that dense that it looks like you could nearly walk on top of it. It's hell of a crop. God, if that bugger don't do 3.5 ton, I'll eat my hat. I really will, because every tiller is really healthy. There's a little bit of manganese trouble on top, but it's only a little area. But we've got another 3 areas very similar to this. Yeah, our winter barley looks very good. Right, what we lost? Ooh, the unicorn bubble walker, look. Yeah, that's a fair thing in action. She fills our front room with bubbles. It's little Arabellas. Oh, next question. Roundup. What Roundup do we use? Because we did go away from the cheaper Roundup and we're using either Roundup Max or Roundup Vista. We use both, to be honest. On the stuff where there's a little bit of growth here and there, or you're killing broadleaf stuff and very small grass weeds, we use 3.5 litres now of the cheaper 325 milligrams Rosé, Master Glide, whatever you call it, Vesuvius Green or whatever. There's loads of names, isn't there? And we use that stuff. But on anything what's like a blanket of blackgrass or tall scrub stuff, we use 4 litres of the proper stuff. And you might sound bloody orange, that's an expensive job, but doing it half-heartedly and doing it twice more expensive, innit? So but yeah, so a few people have asked me that, yeah, what a beautiful morning. Sun's just coming up. We're splitting this field in half. We've decided we ain't quite got enough fodder peat, so we want another 6 or 7 acre of fodder peat. Well, that side of the field's very sandy, and this side it's quite bodied, but I think we can work it so we can have quite a tiny block of each side. But we're very short. Now we've stopped growing oilseed rape. That's another question what people have asked. What break crops are you going to replace oilseed rape with? Well, we've never had a lot of success with beans. If I had a Claydon drill, I'd maybe attempt on some beans, but by the time I've paid a contractor on one thing or another, in fact, I thought yesterday, like we've got 3 drills. Well, we've got 4 drills at the moment, but we've got a Vardestead for the quick stuff, we've got the Combi for the sticky stuff, and we've got the mowers for the don't want to disturb it stuff. And we ought to have a Claydon in our midst. And I just thought, me and Frank, because Frank's a big farmer, ought to go our heads together and have a sort of a drill, these sort of drills for different jobs, and share them. You know, we both, I'm going to suggest it actually, Frank, so you might watch this before I tell you. Like a Claydon in our midst, and not a cheap 10 grand Claydon for stitching beans up or that sort of in a wet time, or what I think would be a bonus on our farms. But yeah, the mowers is definitely coming out. We've got 3, about only not a lot, 50-60 acre to do with the mowers. Oh, look at pheasants. God, we've got pheasants galore. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 end buds crossing road. Huh? Yeah, a lot of wagons have got cameras on back for 2 reasons. But so a driver can see what he's reversing into, and I think for animal cruelty a lot as well. People, I think I'm right here, they can have a look at the footage, you know, for cruelty while loaded. But this wagon here, this is a Perizzoli trailer built in Italy. And is it a 3-decker or a 4-decker? 4-decker. Well, there is 3s and there is 4s. Yeah, there is 4s as well, isn't there? Anyway, whatever this is, but it can be either 3 or 4 decks, and roof goes up to give you another couple of foot. Very, very clever trailers. Very, very expensive trailers. Pulled with a great big FH Volvo up front. Started drilling spring barley on some more bodied soil. I won't say heavy soil, but more bodied, sort of bodied sand. And it looks like he's romping away, to be fair. I'm just taking him some seed. It's Diablo spring barley going in. Around the 13 stone, sort of, I don't know, near on bloody 400 seeds per square metre. We put seed in this hopper. This hopper was from our outdoor pig days, and we used to drive under a bin with this hopper and fill it with pig nuts, and then take them to the hoppers in the field. And it consists of, there's some steel off a Tasker tillage train. They were a machine of the past. Tasker tillage train. Consisted of, was it a set of discs or a row of discs, tines, discs, and then discs behind there. Anyway, and then the bottom is a hopper bottom off an accord drill, and then the ram at the bottom is a hydraulic steering ram off a single row Grimmy harvester. God, we have cobbled some stuff together in our since I left school. But yeah, this is marvellous. You know, it's a lot safer than undoing bags above a drill. He can control it with his hydraulics and away it goes. We've got a crow with a broken wing, but whether I can catch it to put it out of its misery, well, go get it. Poor bugger. He's in sandiest part of the field, but he's going very, very well, actually. I would say pretty perfect. I mean, no wrong with that. He's cutting its slot, he's packing it down with press wheels, and narrowing it in, and probably Phil he's off to Wilberforce rolling some wheat what's never got rolled at back end on some sandy soils, and then he'll probably get him to drop in here and roll this on its way home. But we aren't drilling the headlands. What we're going to do, we're going to rip the headlands up and then come back with, well, either prepare them tomorrow and drill them tomorrow after we've ripped them up. And, you know, so they aren't paddled to death. Take all these whalings out. Sexy Fingers has just gone into another 25 acre, and lads are bringing slurry in so Jake can get some more maize land spread probably into next week. We've got muck to put on it. Phil's rolling last at wheat. We've got some barley to roll. Second time over, I don't know, it's a do or die because it just looks so sick. And then let it recover from that, and as soon as weather warms up a little bit, I want to give it a real good, well, he's buying some other foliar feed, so but I'll go. Never stops. Just ripping headlands up before we drill them tomorrow. We've drilled majority of main at field, and yeah, they're just headlands. Just take Oliver's wheelings out, and what we'll do, we'll just put combi on. He'll have 3 fields in front of ourselves, and then he'll put the combi on to do the headlands. Some would say it's a lot of fannying about, but for sake of 10 minutes yoking on, it will go a lot better. We'd have to power it and then Vada steady it. It's an extra set of wheels in it, so, and it worked really well last year doing this. Yeah, last load of pigs has just arrived, and medium lot. Usually you can tell your workload from what they give you from the start, you know, if they're coughing or they look sickly. They're but these aren't so bad actually, but they're a very mismatched shape. There's big uns and little uns, and so, but certainly plenty of straw. You know, they'll get bloody nested down tonight under straw. You won't see half of them. Bit of a Carver update. Christ, they're eating some crepe. I'll have to get a bigger or a couple of tubs. We're on with making one in workshop at minute for to go when they do go out in field. So, you know, we just want to keep pushing them because there's some fine calves. There really is. The time that we're out, but there's no grass whatsoever. I mean, there's been a frost every morning for the last, well, bloody seems like a fortnight, and stuff is shifting a little bit, but there's very, very little grass. So, where's number 31? It's a monster. Here it is, look. It's as big as, look at that, that's a nice calf and all in it. Look, where's that bull over there? Look at 31. Look at that. That is just something else. He's gonna be a big lad when he was born on the 21st of December, this youth. And look at the size of it. And it's hellish put together and all. So the combination of that Where's its mum? Its mum's quite a plain. Oh, where is she? Quite a plain thing, really. The one with little horns. Here, this is number 31's mum. You know, now Flash. Oh, this bloody thing, 39. Christ, it's knocky hour. Right. Ooh, cold. Right, I'm knocking off. I'm gonna go get sat in front of the fire and do some paperwork. It's never ending, this job, is it? You have an early finish, you end up doing something in house. Anyway, like my daughter says, it's your career choice. Right, bye for now.